Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan Houston, and unfortunately, it's a war-full world on this Wednesday, and who knows what the day will bring, but it certainly will bring more damage and more death and a whole lot of other things, but in what proportion and how much and where is still to be determined. Yes, we live in challenging times. Where is the truth? That's right. Where is the truth? I oftentimes say T9, tell the truth, tell the truth, tell the truth. And that's why you will be interested in a little commentary I got, where the person said, Stan, are you still in the business of telling people that they shouldn't tell the truth? Are you still in the business of telling people that they shouldn't tell the truth? No, I was never in that business, but I am in the business of telling you some of the truth about telling the truth, and I think it will be helpful and useful, and it will clarify what I'm all about, and I think you'll find it helpful in our world today. Yes, I'm Stan Houston, and we're going to talk about whether I'm in the business of telling people not to tell the truth. Let's see where that conversation goes. The program begins right now. Oftentimes people have asked me, how do you deal with people who lie? And you know they're lying. Well, there's no use having an argument with people who lie. And there's no use necessarily trying to convince them that they are lying. And it's really very little use to try and stop them from lying. However, a simple statement is helpful for your own well-being and perhaps to put at least an end to the conversation. And that's, as I've learned from one of my good old-fashioned radio mentors, he said you just simply say, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. And you don't say anything more. You don't get into an argument about that. You don't tell them why it's not true. You just declare the truth, which is, that's not true. That's not true. And see where it goes. But don't try to talk to people about what is true if they don't want to listen or if they want to lie. Well, here's where we go with this. And again, maybe in the midst of the world we're in, it might be helpful. No, I didn't say don't tell the truth. But what I do say is, please keep in mind that telling the truth may not work. It may not work. And here's a little bit of the wisdom that I think I've acquired, and I've shared this with many other people, and they said it has been very helpful to them, particularly in the realm of persuasion, selling, and marketing. Here we go. A truth told, okay? Whatever you're telling people about your product or your service or your business or a situation, a truth told is good. Of course it is. But seldom heard. Now, did you get that? It didn't mean it was bad or that it wasn't true. It's just that too often people don't listen. They don't hear it. They don't want to. They don't care to. A truth told is good, but it's seldom heard. We have world-class service. Well, that may be true, but that statement is seldom heard because everybody else says it too. Okay, a truth told is good, but seldom heard. What do you do? A truth revealed has greater yield. Now, what that means is it's revealed to them. It's shown to them. It is given to them for them to examine, and they can, a truth revealed, shown to them, described to them, has greater yield. Now, that doesn't mean they're convinced. No. But it has a greater chance of having some acceptance if it is something that was revealed to them, and then they have to have a part in discovering how much of that revelation they believe. A truth revealed has greater yield. All right, what's next? But a truth discovered is best of all. A truth discovered is best of all. It's when something happens, something is shown, something is demonstrated, something is put out into the performing world that they live in, or they are reading in, or they are working in, and they discover that it's true. Yes. And a truth imposed is no truth at all. How much luck have you ever had, either with children or somebody else, to impose the truth? Now, you may impose the will and the consequences, but if you impose the truth, to most people, of course, it's no truth at all. Now, what we seek to do is to help people discover the truth for themselves. And what I have discovered is that's basically the only way it'll really work. Now, whether I'm doing that as a coach, as I'm doing that as a salesperson, which of course, that's how I make my living in the sense nobody sends me a check until I provide value for them, until there's something worthwhile. They would prefer to keep their money, and they'll only give it to me if they think it was worthwhile to do that. And so, in effect, I'm in the business, and so are you, of helping people discover the truth for themselves. Now, that's a leadership position. It is the way you will get things done in many ways where you lack the power and the leverage and the position to make something happen. Of course, if you're the boss, if you're the beast, if you're the one who has the club, you can get compliance. Of course you can. But will you get belief? Will you get people to buy in? Will you get people to trust you? Will you get people to buy from you? All right, let's go back through that again. A truth told is good, but seldom heard. A truth revealed has greater yield. But a truth discovered is no truth at all. And a truth that is hopefully given to people, and it is revealed and shown to them, and then they discover for themselves, or at least they believe for themselves that it's true, has the best chance of all. As I say, we're in the business of helping people discover the truth for themselves. Then it's theirs. Then they can own it. Then they can better believe it and perhaps behave accordingly. I'm Stan Houston. The program is helpful, interesting, and useful ideas, and I hope this has been one of them. We're going to close it up soon because there's a lot going on in the world today, and I've got some important things to do, and so do you, but please keep that in mind. No, I'm not in the business of telling people not to tell the truth. I was and continue in the life business of teaching you how you can best use and communicate and get people to believe and change their behavior with the truth. I'll be right back. Now, of course, one of the best ways to do that is I tell people, and I was sharing this today, one of the sales methods that oftentimes people are taught is how to overcome objections. You know, someone says, no, I don't want it. That costs too much. It's not worthy. It's not something I want. And then you are taught to use the old feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. Other people felt this, but they then found. Don't try and overcome an objection. Don't try and tell people they're stupid. Well, all the smart people think this is a great product. Well, don't do that. Don't overcome objections. Help people discover the truth for themselves. One of the things that my friend Deb and I did a number of years ago is that in the business they were in, we took from all of the people, and this was in the financial services, what are the 7 most common objections that you get from people? Some of them are obvious. Obviously, it costs too much. No, I don't need it. I'll never use it. Hey, I can handle it. No, we'll do that later. Maybe later. Maybe I'll buy it later. There are hundreds of them. What were some of the best or the most challenging and obviously the most real objections that were real objections? And what we did is whenever that happens, look very carefully, listen to them profoundly, and say, thank you. With your permission, may I tell you a story? And very carefully, a story was crafted about somebody who had that same objection, that same idea, that same commentary, and how they had gone through an experience of discovering that it wasn't necessarily a good one. It wasn't a true one. It wasn't one they wanted to take a risk with. So one of the best ways to overcome objections is just to simply tell people a story so they can discover the truth for themselves. And by the way, that's what Jesus did. He said, let me tell you a story. And it was in the parabolic, which means a alongside story, or it means like a parabola. It's a story that hits you in the corner and then booms to the center of the antenna. Like a parabola, like a parallel. It helps people gain the truth about their situation by looking at the truth they discovered in the story itself. Hey, there's 100 ways we could help you with that and teach you how to do that. One of the 2 great qualities that we can share in our business, me and my friends, first of all, we can help your sales force stop overcoming objections, and we can help your sales force be able to be in such a way that they help people discover the truth for themselves. And then we are really good at helping you stop asking for referrals, because it's even better to deserve recommendations. And that's another quality of love and labor in life in the market economy that we can help you deal with. I'm Stan Houston. All the best and blessings in this seemingly war-cursed world right now. Blessings on us all. We pray for the release of the hostages. We pray that this war will find a way to come to a conclusion. in a way that there's going to be lots of damage and lots of death, but as best as perhaps can be, we pray for peace on earth. And first of all, let it begin in each and every one of us. And let us know how we can help you. Stan at stanhouston.com, Stan at stanhouston.com. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I want a life and business to be better for you starting now. Bye for now.